In my interactions with clients that I coach and people generally, one of the things that I have seen consistently that keeps people limited, stuck, and unable to move forward is the lack of an ownership mindset. An ownership mindset is the belief that you are responsible for your life. It is a mindset that allows you to take full responsibility for your actions, your choices, your decisions, your reactions, your outcomes. It is not taking blame. The key word here is not about blame. It's about responsibility. So that means it is a mindset that allows you to say, I may not be responsible for what happened to me. I may not be able to control the circumstances and the events that have taken place, or the things that people have done to me, or the situations that I have found myself in. But I can control what I do with those things. I can control what my response is. I can control how I choose to move on from this point forward. The opposite of this is the victim mindset. It is the mindset that life is happening to you, and so you are powerless to change things. The victim mindset is the mindset that keeps you stuck, keeps you feeling bitter, resentful, and unable to move forward, unable to take charge and take control for the direction and the outcomes of your life. See, this is especially important if, like me, you're someone who has experienced various traumatic events, various situations where truly you have been victimized. The experiences you've gone through and the way you feel is valid. But if you are going to step out from that place, if you are going to become the person who will not be marked and defined by the events that have happened to you, you must be able to switch. You must be able to move from that mindset where you see yourself as a victim, where you see yourself as life just happening to you, to someone who can take charge, to someone who is responsible, to someone who has what it takes to determine the actions, the reactions, the things that take place in their life. One of the things that happen the moment you begin to switch to an ownership mindset is that you ditch blame. You stop looking for who to blame for the things that have happened. And for many of us, we don't realize that the reason we stay stuck in blame is because it helps our minds to sort of, create a justice system to say, okay, look, they are at fault. That was not my fault. They did this. They were the ones who caused that. But the thing is this. Blame only keeps you stuck. Blaming only keeps you bitter. Blaming only keeps you pegged at the very level of the thing that has happened to you. So if you're going to move forward, you must be able to take ownership. You must be able to say, look, I'm leaving the excuses behind. I'm leaving the things that have happened in the past behind. And now I'm going to stand and take ownership. They may have done what they did. That may have happened. But now, because I am taking responsibility, the way I now begin to look at the situation in front of me is, what is the solution? How can I change this? What can I change? If it's not possible to change, how do I accept it? What can I do? When you switch to an ownership mindset, you move from inaction to action. Many people are sitting in a place where they see something that has happened 20 years ago. They continually to say, oh, if only he did not do this. If only he did not do that. I used to be this. But then when he did this or when she did this, this is how my life was ruined. It is no doubt that what they did had such an impact. But do you know that you have the capacity to come back from that thing? You have the capacity to rise even stronger and better. You have the capacity to take the pain that was thrown at you and turn it into purpose. But it starts with you taking ownership. It starts with you rising and saying, look, I am in charge of my life. Especially for women. Stop waiting for someone to. There's nobody coming to save you. It's you and God. Stop waiting. Many of us are sitting down, waiting for your knight in shining armor that will come and save you from your life. There's nobody coming to save you from your life. You take ownership and you create the way you want your life to go. You sit with God and you begin to take choices that move you in the direction of an outcome that you want to see. You might not always, again, be able to control everything that happens, but you can control how you respond, how you choose to move. When you switch from an ownership mindset, you reclaim your power. You reclaim the power that you have given out to what and who has done or whatever it is that has happened to you. The ownership mindset allows you to develop confidence. You begin to see, okay, I am capable of moving forward. I am capable of making choices. I am capable of making a change. The ownership mindset allows you to take bold steps forward. The ownership mindset allows you to separate yourself from the things that have happened and begin to see yourself as an entity different from all that has happened to you. One of the ways that you can switch, or that you switch from the victim to the ownership mindset, is to replace blame with responsibility. Rather than saying, who is to blame for this? If only they did not do this. If only they did not do that. Begin to say, how can I move forward from this? How can I take all of the lessons I have learned from this and use it to make me better? Another thing you must do is to reframe your excuses. Instead of, I can't, every time you find yourself saying, oh, I can't do this because of this, ask yourself, if this excuse was not there, what will I do? If this excuse was not there, how would I move forward? So take away those excuses. Rather than I can't because of this or this, begin to say I can, irrespective of that and that. Take action, even if it's small. The more you allow yourself to take actions, the more you allow yourself to take decisions, the more you empower yourself. The ownership mindset is really about empowering yourself. So as you start by taking small decisions, I was talking to someone the other day, and she was talking about how she wanted to take a certain decision, and people were trying to discourage her, to say, oh, you're too young. Do you think you should do that? Do you think you're capable of doing that? And I told her, I said, look, if you take this action today, yes, is there a possibility that you might make a mistake? It is. Is there a possibility that things might not, work out the way you expected it to? Yes. But guess what? What it will do for you is that it will cause you to become empowered. You will empower yourself. You begin to see that, look, I am capable of this life that I'm living. I'm not powerless. Life is not just happening to me. I am capable of making choices, and I can learn from those, from whatever mistakes it is. You begin to see that whenever you push audaciously in the direction of those choices and those actions, you see how life opens up to you. So take actions, no matter how small it is. You know how it is with children when you say, okay, you're beginning to help them become independent. Little by little, you give them chores, you allow them make decisions. That's exactly how it is with taking ownership mindset. Take small actions day by day. You begin to see that as your mindset starts to shift from a victim, from someone who is waiting for something to happen, to someone who now begins to make things happen. Another thing is to own your choices, own your mistakes, own your wins, own your failures. Stop looking for who to blame for your failures. Own it. This is the part that I played in this. This is the part that I can change. This is the part that I cannot change. Own your wins. This is what it is. This is what I've been able to do. All of these things serve to help you come into a space where you can stand. You see yourself as the co-creator with God that He has made you to be. Lastly, affirm who you are as a person. Affirm your autonomy. Affirm your agency. Who you are is complete. Who you are is capable. Who you are is whole. You're not waiting for another person to affirm you. You are enough. You're more than enough. And one of the things that begins to happen the more you take the ownership mindset is that situations, circumstances, they lose the power to keep you down. Instead, everything, no matter how seemingly negative that comes your way, becomes fuel for you. It becomes the raw material for you that you use to go forward, to do better, to climb higher. People who go through the same situation with you that will remain down and remain stuck, you, on the other hand, will rise and become better and stronger than where you were before that situation even happened. This is the power of the ownership mindset. So this week, your job is to stop waiting for someone to save you. Stop looking for who to blame. Stop waiting for life to, happen to you. Start taking ownership of your choices. Start taking ownership of your decisions. Start moving forward in the direction of empowering yourself to take ownership, and watch and see how your life transforms. Until next time, stay well, stay blessed, and keep blooming.